Marvel's Fantastic Four property has so much potential for the House of Ideas. One of the publisher's biggest breakout successes was the publication of the first issue of Fantastic Four, written by Stan Lee with art from Jack Kirby. Since then, Marvel's films and comic books have had a lot of issues maintaining and coming up with new stories to really bolster this important franchise to Marvel that really cemented the Marvel Age. Marvel just released a brand new Fantastic Four series with an interesting creative team spearheaded by writer Ryan North, who worked on the excellent Unbeatable Squirrel Girl title over from Marvel Comics. Plus, new artist Iban Coello is contributing to this title as well. My name is Arco Braddock, and let's go ahead and dive deep into the brand new Fantastic Four #1. But before we get started or go any deeper into the video, I want to go ahead and encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button as well. I want to read off our solicitation text for this new Fantastic Four #1 to get you caught up to speed with the brand new series. Whatever happened to the Fantastic Four? It's the start of a new era for the Fantastic Four, and they're already in a ton of trouble. Something has gone terribly wrong in New York, and the Thing and Alicia are traveling across America to escape it. But when they stop in a small town for the night and wake up before they arrived, they find themselves caught in a time loop that's been going on since before they were born. That's been going on since before they were born. That's been going on since before they were born. And I want to read off the rest of our creative team alongside writer Ryan North and artist Iban Coello. We have colors from Jesus Aburtov, and letters from VC's Joe Caramagna, plus a beautiful cover created by Alex Ross that I'm actually going to go ahead and show off right now to everybody. So one of the things right off the bat that I want to address about this issue, which is a little bit different from some of the other elements that we've talked about, is the production on this particular issue. This issue is designed by Carlos Lau, is absolutely gorgeous. The logo design and kind of the recap pages of the issue. Here's the credits page as well. It's just designed incredibly well. And it seems like a lot of people who are interested in the Fantastic Four are catching on to some of those design elements and are gravitating towards the book. I think these like neon pastel colors also really make the cover for the first issue stand out. When Marvel really means business, they pull in creator Alex Ross to kind of draw the artwork, who just draws so much detail on each individual character. It's just staggering, what Ross's artwork looks like. And I just love the new ways that Ross is kind of lending his aesthetic towards the page. And let's go ahead and just talk about the issue as a whole. This is a very surprising issue. One of Ryan North's mission statements when he was taking over the series was to tell smaller, more self-contained stories. And I really think this issue kind of starts off on exactly that note. And North didn't apparently seem to mix any words. This series sees basically the newly married Alicia and Ben Grimm, setting out to just go out and go on a journey, because there's something that the Fantastic Four did recently that Marvel isn't willing to kind of tell readers about yet. So in the meantime, we get this really small and self-contained story that really does a wonderful job fleshing out the marriage of Alicia and Ben Grimm, which isn't always a plot thread that Marvel is able to develop, because, part of the reason is that Fantastic Four series are not always in publication over from the House of Ideas these days. I want to talk a little bit about artist Iban Coello. This script needed somebody who's able to really kind of flesh out what's going on in the page in a really coherent way. We needed somebody who's going to get those facial expressions and get a lot of detail over on the page. And that is really where Iban Coello rises to the occasion here. It's particularly the Alicia Grimm character who I think has so much expression from Coelho and really is kind of like the driving force of this story. Ben always has a great expression, but we can't get like his kind of in-depth reaction to things like we can with Alicia just due to the aesthetic of Ben. So really, I think that's where Coelho is able to, really stand out apart from other contemporaries as far as Marvel goes. The script for the issue is just an absolute delight. This script really kind of called upon really old Fantastic Four stories and really kind of caught the attention of, some really good John Byrne created Fantastic Four scripts as well. It also seems like there's an homage to that old timey, Americana sense of, times long past. A lot of these characters are like dinosaurs because they're so old, but they're still being published like they're in their 30s or 40s because that's what just suits the story best at the time. And I think Fantastic Four has done a really wonderful job tapping into that weird sense of nostalgia. And this is exactly where Ryan North kicks things off. So, there's something in this small town of Cedar Rapids that's just not, up to snuff here. It seems like these people are caught in some sort of time loop. It seems like there's something a little bit strange and a little bit odd going on. The issue is really self-contained. It does a wonderful job wrapping things up while kind of teasing like the next plot threads and where we're going to get Reed Richards and the rest of the Fantastic Four cast in future issues. But this particular debut installment is laser focused on fleshing out this relationship between Alicia and Ben. And I think this really portrays marriage in a very nuanced way from Marvel. These are really kind of candid conversations that North is able to capture. And these really feel like two individuals that are having some sort of conflict and are looking to kind of resolve it together. The way that they actually find the resolution of the story is so clever because instead of just having this being kind of like a bare knuckle brawl, North really kind of actually utilizes the characters of Alicia and Ben and their warmth, to kind of bring a resolution and an end to the story. Plus, man, this artwork from Coelho is so expressive. I love this page where they meet this, small kid who reminds, Ben of Joe as well. Just such a gorgeous page fleshed out with so much nuance here. So we've had a lot of issues with the Fantastic Four, and there have been so many series that maybe have a couple good ideas in the first issue, but never quite seem to click with readers. This particular run on the Fantastic Four from North and Coelho seems like they have a wonderful handle on the characterization of both Ben and Alicia. And also, they do have some interesting commentary with the rest of the Fantastic Four. This is a tremendous issue that does a wonderful job, carrying on so many elements of the Fantastic Four's past and pulling off that retro aesthetic for a future issue with all those bells and whistles in the production of the comic book itself. If you are a fan of the Fantastic Four, this is a great place to catch up and get to know your best friends again. And if you're a new reader to the franchise, this is also a really great place to start because the characterization is so deep that you're really going to feel like you know the current relationship and the status quo of Ben and Alicia by the time the issue ends. I want to know, did you guys like this issue as much as I did? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming to check out this issue, and I'll see you very soon for more excellent comic book content. Bye.